Good morning. Today's Saturday and I have the day off. When I woke up, it was kind of hot and it was all sunny and bright. And then this freak rainstorm moved in and now it's cold and gray. But I still want to show you the plants on my porch right now. And then I'm gonna go back inside. It got really cold. I was gonna eat lunch. I was gonna eat breakfast on the porch, but it got really chilly. All right, here we go. So the lavender has not bloomed, but look at those buds. It is doing so well. This guy got given to me on my birthday. I don't actually know what it is. It is clearly not happy out here. Kyclamen? But the flowers have all died, so I'm not sure what I need to do for this. This jade is super happy. This jade is not super happy. I think the leaves are getting burned over here. I think it needs to find a new location. Also not too happy is this guy. We'll see what to do about this. I might just need another location for this guy as well. But let's go over to the ones I planted this year. Obviously the catnip is coming back full force. And my sunflower, looks like we are getting close to having a bloom. It has gotten so tall so fast. The spinach also, I actually cut back the spinach last Sunday and look where it is in 1 week's time. It's crazy how fast this stuff grows. Like, no wonder baby spinach is all over the grocery store. And in the tomato pots, we have some things coming up. So I might actually get tomatoes at the end of the summer. I'm pretty excited about that. The peas are growing so well. Look how tall this one's gotten. It got taller than the pole. I don't know. I'm probably going to do some kind of extension so it can keep growing up. But yeah, the peas are doing great. And look how many beans are coming in. Oh, somebody's eating this one. But I've got 3 different sprouts for beans. I really thought they were dead. And of course, the oregano just thriving over here in the corner. Like, this has been a pretty successful little porch. Obviously, the spinach is doing fantastic. I'm having enough for like a small bowl of spinach every week now. Like, if I'd known that it was that easy to grow spinach, I'd have been doing this from the start, because it is crazy how good this is growing. Now, the things that aren't doing well, my basil sprouts never came up. So I don't know what I'm going to do about those either. These are all decisions for after coffee, which I was going to have out here, but I'm going to have while playing Animal Crossing, I think. And then I have some writing goals for today that I'm going to get started on. I got my coffee. I just talked to you. There is a full-on thunderstorm happening right now. I'm going to stay out here and see if you can hear some of it, but it is crazy, and unfortunately Zuko is afraid of thunder, so he's really agitated right now. He just doesn't understand. We don't get a lot of thunderstorms up here, so yeah, it's been kind of exciting, but I'm going to stay out here so you can listen to this thunderstorm happening. It's only like 8 a.m. right now. Good thing I didn't want to sleep in. It's okay. Let me sit down. It's okay. Okay, so I have a couple different things I need to accomplish today. The first one is, when I was compiling my poetry collection, there is one poem that I had originally written as 2 poems, and then because it kind of had similar themes, I squashed it together into one really long poem. And then as I was editing through it, it was pretty obvious it was not one long poem. And then really as I was putting it together to be in the book, like compiling everything together, I realized maybe it's 3 poems. It kind of has 3 different themes that I don't feel like go together cohesively into one poem the way I wanted it to. So it kind of tripped me up. It's way at the end. There's like out of like 50 poems, it's like the 39th poem or something. So I got kind of stuck breaking that poem back up again. So that's what I need to finish today, is finish decisions for that poem, if it needs to like come out, if only one section is going in the book, and then finish up all the rest of that poem, and then the rest of compiling the poetry book, so that that's all done, because it was supposed to be done a couple days ago, but this has been my first day off since then. So I'm gonna finish that up, and then I really want to finish reading Muse of Nightmares today. I've been reading that book so slowly because I love it. It's amazing. I think Laini Taylor is such a good writer. But every time I like finish a chapter, it's like it's getting good. I'm like, but I'm gonna finish this book and there'll be no more of the Strange the Dreamer series to read. So I keep putting it off and I keep going slow. So I need to just finish it. I'm gonna finish it up today, especially because I would really like to get to some other people's books. You can still hear the thunder. This has been the craziest thunderstorm. We don't usually get thunderstorms like this either. This has been nuts. So I need to finish reading that book. And then the last thing I want to do is really put some work into doing my 2-part revisions for my moon paintings book. And I want to start that up today. I want to really like start on chapter 1 and get into it, because I made a pact with my critique partner that if we both get our current novels to their best possible revision at the end of the summer, we would swap stories. So I really want to get there. So 3 things today, and I have to do all of that before I can go to the KK Slider concert tonight. So that's at 6 o'clock. I gotta get through some of this. But first, I just wanted to kind of sit here and acknowledge that like I'm not living under a rock. I read the news every morning. I know about what's going on in Minneapolis, and I know about like why and the riots and everything that's happening. And someone pointed something out. They're like, it's not rioting, like it is rebellion. It is the only way to speak out against systematic oppression that is just not getting fixed. It's just not. It's getting worse and worse, and then we hear about these horror stories. And the weird thing to me is, if you want to be a firefighter in this country, it is one of the like most strict personality tests. It's so hard to be a firefighter. You have to pass this very strict personality test, basically. Like they screen for all kinds of things. You have to be a very certain type of person to be a firefighter in this country, where really it's your life you're risking to save others. And they don't have that for police officers. Like they don't screen for people who are jumpy or violent or racist. Like none of that gets screened out for being a police officer. And people point out it's a very short course, and like yes, they can learn a lot of skills, but the thing is, the not screening for people who are just there to be on a power trip is very weird. Like there's no reason we shouldn't have them just do the same test as the firefighters. Really, like it's so bizarre to me. And then you end up with all these police officers. Like obviously there are good police officers out there who are there because they want to protect people and they want to help. But the number of police officers, especially that now we're seeing it with our own eyes, I think is maybe the wake-up call for most people, who are there to throw their power around and who are not only comfortable but willing to kill someone who is already at their mercy, is horrifying and despicable. And rioting is the language people have to express themselves against a corrupt government, which is what we have. We have a corrupt government, a corrupt system. People have to say something, and like more power to them. I'm not the voice who needs to be speaking right now. There are plenty of people saying what they need. I think I'll go ahead and link, I'll find the fundraiser that's actually going to help everything. Obviously you can also support Black Lives Matters, because they are also helping to fund things, but there's also one specifically for Minneapolis, and I'm going to link that one down below. And I wanted to kind of shout out some Black poets, and I realized I just don't have a lot of poetry collections by Black poets. Like, I wouldn't say my collection isn't diverse. I have a diverse collection. There just aren't a lot of black poets I have, and I don't know why. And so if you have some really good, I'm going to show you some of my favorites that I do have. And I might have some other ones that are just like slipping my mind, because obviously poetry books have such thin spines. I don't always remember who wrote the book. But I wanted to go over some poetry collections that I love. Actually, this one I have not yet read, but I think I'm going to love it. I think the whole reason that I got this one is somebody said that she was similar to Rita Dove, and I was like, alright, I'm in. Obviously, I love Rita Dove. I just wanted to shout out some people that I really love, and then I want to get more suggestions, especially if you've been watching me for a while. You kind of have an idea what my taste in poetry is. Are there some black poets who you love, who you would recommend based on the kinds of books that I really love? But we'll just go ahead and start. Obviously my poor ripped collection, but this is my favorite Rita Dove collection. On the Bus with Rosa Parks is so good. So many of my favorite poems are in this one. And I can't recommend it enough. Her style, her voice is so beautiful, and if you get the chance to hear her read her own poetry, she just has such a presence. It's just so beautiful the way she reads. I could listen to her all day. Like, there's a reason she was poet laureate, because she's just an incredible poet. Obviously, another one I have just sung the praises of is Don't Call Us Dead by Danez Smith. I want to apologize for misusing their pronouns in another video. I think I posted in the comments, because Shelly Flowers, thank you for calling me out. I said he, they, and them are Danez Smith's pronouns, and I thought I had cut that out because I am aware of that, and I don't know why. Sometimes I have a problem where I misspeak on camera. Like, oh, I've missaid names before. Anytime I do try and catch these things in edits, and I'm so sorry that I did not catch that one. I honestly thought I cut it out, but Danez Smith's collection is brilliant, and if you need something to kind of help understand the systematic oppression going on, this collection is really good. Don't Call Us Dead, I mean, you've heard great things about it, I'm sure already, but definitely check that one out. Another one, Langston Hughes, writing from back when. All of these ones are older, but they resonate just as strongly today, which is unfortunate, because you would think that some of these things had been fixed in all of these years, but you know, unfortunately, his poems really stand up today and are going to resonate very strongly. And then the last one I have is Tea House About the Almighty, which I just spoke about, and I have not actually read this one yet. I've read individual poems from it and absolutely loved it, but I will get through this collection. I think now is maybe the time, and then I'll find out if this was also a good read for this time period. But yeah, like I was saying, please recommend some more to me. I'd like to support some, especially some living poets and some contemporary poets. And I don't have any Audre Lorde. I would love to get one of her collections. Why don't I have one of hers? I'm gonna have to get that. I don't think I have Nikki Giovanni. They're just some people who I don't have their collections, and I need to get them, and I'm gonna get on that. You know what? I have Maya Angelou. I have her entire work. That's down here. That's what I was forgetting. How could you forget Maya Angelou? But I've got her. I've got her right here. You can see this was a used book also. And yeah, okay, I'm going to work on the poetry collection next and sit with Zuko, because he's really scared of this thunderstorm. Even though the thunder has kind of calmed down, he's still a little bit scared. I'm gonna drink some more coffee because I'm kind of tired today. And once I finish that, I'm going to finish reading Muse of Nightmares. So I will check back with you soon. Alright, the decision I came to with that poem is two poems. One of them I ended up greatly expanding on. And there's a third poem that came out of it, but I think that one's not going in the book. It just doesn't fit. It's not working. But so I've split it into two poems, expanded the other one, moved them because one of them isn't going to go in the spot I had initially set for it. So I moved a few things around. Now I have just a couple poems left to finish moving the revisions onto the computer and get it in a file, and then we'll see exactly how long this book is going to be, at least in like normal margin 12 font. Like, it's not formatted or anything, so it will be longer when it gets formatted. But okay, I'm gonna finish that and then it'll be reading time. All right, so in just normal typed up 12-point font, 1-inch margins, it comes out to 52 pages, which is a decent length. It probably will change a little bit. I may be writing some more poems recently that might end up going in as well. But for now, that is done. I can set that aside. I might want to try and send out a few more poems today while I'm in the poetry mind space, while the coffee is still hot. I might do that first, and then I'm gonna read for a little while. Okay, so because of the pandemic, I haven't really been getting a lot of exercise. Like, obviously the gyms are closed and I kind of just don't want to go outside ever, so I jogged like once, and then I was trying to do some home exercises and I just found it wasn't working. And I thought back to when I was young, we used to have kind of a broken exercise bike. Like, it didn't have any speeds or anything, but my mom had set it up in kind of the kids area, like right by where all the video games were and the TV. She just set up the exercise bike there. And I spent an awful lot of time just like mindlessly cycling on the bike. And I think my brothers did too. And so, like, sneakily, my mom probably kept us all in shape during like high school age because we were always cycling on that. And I was thinking, like, I want to buy an exercise bike. I could just do that here. I could just be cycling while I'm like watching YouTube, or while I'm, you know, playing Animal Crossing or something. Well, like, exercise bikes are expensive, but you know what's not expensive? This thing! Oh, focus in on it. There we go. So recently, I've just been sitting and pedaling on this little tiny floor bike thing. It's got like no speeds. If you try and crank it down so that it's a little bit like more resistance, it squeaks like crazy. But I do that for like an hour to 2 hours a day, and I'm feeling great. Like, I haven't got this much exercise in a long time and I feel fantastic. So I keep doing that, and that is what I'm gonna be doing while I'm reading today. I was gonna have the catio open and have the cats going outside, but it's really cold. This thunderstorm moved through with like this crazy cold front. So I'm just gonna sit by the window so it's nice and bright, and I'm gonna read for however long it takes, probably until I get hungry for lunch. That's when I'll stop reading. Excuse me. Okay. There was a lot more of this book left to read than I thought there was. I still had like 200 pages left. I thought I was down to under 100. I don't know why I thought that. I could just check the book. But anyway, so I went and took a shower, I ate my lunch, and I'm gonna finish reading this now. Can I just say, Lady Taylor is incredible. Already, I'm still 100 pages from the end, but all these like weird things are coming back and like tying back up. Like, she created so many characters, and for a long time I was like, they were cool, but they didn't really like get to do their job. They didn't seem to have a purpose. Well, she's just like wrapping up that little bow at the end. She's like, actually, they didn't get to do the purpose that they like came there to do, but they still play a part in this story. I'm like, that's such good storytelling. The way she ties it up, it doesn't feel like a Moffat plot where he's just like, oops, I forgot about this person. No, it feels like from the beginning she was like, this task has to get accomplished at the end, and this person's the person to do it, and they're going to do this. It's just like these tiny things, these like inconsequential moments where you're just like, oh, the way she does storytelling is so much like what I had always pictured as like the pinnacle of storytelling. Like, story I'd never in a million years have expected what Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares are. Like, I could not have thought this up at all. And it just becomes more and more intricate, and all the times where I'm like, how could this possibly resolve? Like, I can't come up with a way. I can't think back on like any other thing I've ever watched and like wrap this up in a way. And it's so organic to the characters and to the plot that when things happen, it's just like, oh, of course, they couldn't have happened any other way. But I could not have thought of them. I'm blown away. Like this is the kind of story why I love reading and why I loved reading. I used to read a lot of stories that blew my mind this way, and then I feel like I was trying to get into more commercial fiction or even older fiction. Like I was trying to read either like more classics, or I was trying to read more popular books that didn't necessarily do this thing to my brain. And maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough, but it used to be like those were the only books I read, was ones where it was just like, this plot is so incredible and there's so many books I just remember from so far back, and like this is one I'm gonna remember this forever. I'm probably gonna reread these books. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this. This is why I'm reading this so slow. Like, it's blowing my mind how good she is. And I'm gonna go and read her other series, but like, it's older. Is it gonna be as good? Is it gonna hit me the same way where I'm just like, I don't know, it's such good storytelling. And it's such beautiful writing. And I'm just having all of the jealousy. Okay, I'm gonna read for a while. I wanted to show you guys something I just noticed. I've just reached 500 subscribers. Oh man, I don't know. I was just checking my comments and I noticed that, and I don't know, I'm really happy. Like, thank you to everyone. 500 subscribers. It's just crazy because last year I made a video being like, I finally reached 100 subscribers like a year ago. It means I've gained 400 subscribers in 1 year. I think in the first like 2 years I did this, I gained what, like 50. Welcome. Hope you enjoy all my random content. It's kind of weird because for so long, like, the videos were really truly just for me, but like, it's getting harder and harder not to realize that like, they're for you guys too. And I don't know, maybe I'll try to be better about taking requests or suggestions or things. Like, if there are things you guys want to see or like videos you want me to make, like, let me know and I'll try and accommodate, because it's just really cool. Alright, I just wanted to come and show you that. I'm gonna go back to reading now. Okay, bye. I just finished reading it and I'm equal parts like devastated and like heartened. Clearly she's working on something else. I am so glad that Therian and Ruza ended up not quite a couple, but like getting there. I shipped them so early on. Oh, such a good series. Okay, so my next step is gonna be the KK Strider concert. So let's eat dinner and do that, and then we'll work on my writing after that. This is gonna be a long day of me finishing tasks that I want to finish. All day, by the way. All day it's been raining like this. Okay, dinner and the concert. Let's go. You'll probably be able to hear the rain in the background. Okay, so the last part of oh, Zuko's here. Come here. Oh, you had a stressful day, huh? Was it stressful? There were loud noises all morning, and then Mommy kept getting up and doing things. I wouldn't just sit in one spot for forever. But okay, last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna work on revisions for my moon paintings story. I just found out that Pitmat is like in 4 or 5 days. I'm not gonna be ready in time for that one. I'm gonna go for the one in September, I think, with this story. But I'm gonna start my 2-part revisions tonight, finish chapter 2, and then I think I'm gonna wrap up this vlog for now. Thanks for spending kind of a lazy weekend with me, just listening to the rain and playing Animal Crossing and reading. But you know, I actually got a lot done, so it was a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to all 500 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just really pleased to have you all here, and let me know what kind of content you actually enjoy watching from me. Maybe more vlogs so I don't have to put on my makeup. This is great. I will hopefully have another video to you again next week. So I'll see you again then. Good luck to all of us. Bye.